Chapter 227 Yin-Yang Blast times 10. Ryu coldly snorted as Neely was spouting conceited nonsense. He slightly waved his hand, and as one, as three Wigui family's experts pounced towards Neely. Neely released a furious roar as his body swiftly underwent a transformation, merging with the Fang Panda. Yi-Zeon used the Blizzard spiritual gem in her hands and merged with the Snow Queen. After merging, Yi-Zeon looked as though she was a goddess that had descended from the heavens. Countless icicles revolved around her, giving an unmatchable, noble, and sacred countenance. After Neely and Yi-Zeon merged with their spirit demons, Ryu and his group were slightly shocked. They originally thought that Neely and Yi-Zeon's strength would be at most 1-star or 2-star black gold rank. However, now that they have merged with their demon spirits, both of their auras multiplied by several times and ended somewhere between 4-star to 5-star black gold rank. Humanity's demon spiritualists are indeed something. Ryu's eyes slightly narrowed. But so what, if the opponents are 4-star to 5-star black gold ranks? They have 2 legend rank experts on their side. Raw! Neely swiped a raging palm towards one of the black gold rank experts as he pounced at him. Within his palm were flashes of lightning that held unparalleled energy. The black gold rank expert sent a burst of energy coursing through his body as he intended to dodge Neely's attack and return a far more fatal one. However, just as he prepared to take action, his body suddenly became very heavy and his movements became sluggish. 2 masses of ice appeared from nowhere and coiled around his legs, instantly trapping his feet. Boom! Neely's palm strike landed on the expert's head and sent him flying. Bang! 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 The black gold rank expert rolled dozens of meters away and heavily fell into a ditch. Neely glanced at Yi-Zeon, who was standing behind him, and couldn't refrain from smiling. Yi-Zeon was indeed exceptionally intelligent. After familiarizing herself with Fang Panda's characteristics, she immediately found the best way of coordinating with him when using the Snow Queen's power. Another black gold rank expert suddenly appeared behind Neely and swung his huge sword in ruthless chop towards Neely's neck. However, his huge sword landed on the ice wall instead. Neely instantly turned around, widened his mouth, and spat out a Yin-Yang blast. The second black gold expert was sent flying from the explosion. Just in 2 exchanges, 2 black gold ranks were killed, leaving only one left. Yi-Zeon promptly impaled him with icicles. Get rid of that woman first! Ryu's eyes were ghastly pale. Originally, he had only intended to send 3 people to test their strength. However, he never thought that Neely and Yi-Zeon would be merciless enough to instantly kill them. Their movements were concise and smooth, displaying an unimaginable frightening efficiency. Neely himself was someone who was a rich trove of fighting experience. When he coordinated with Yi-Zeon, in that brief moment, there was almost a telepathic sensation that caused their coordinated effort to be several times more powerful than if they had been fighting alone. The experts behind Ryu all charged towards Neely and Yi-Zeon with murderous looks on their faces. Seeing the scene, Neely immediately summoned his Guitar Soul weapon and took a defensive stance at Yi-Zeon's side. Neely's demon spirit is a fighter type, while Yi-Zeon's is a snow wind type. Coordination was very easy for him. As long as Neely doesn't allow anyone to reach Yi-Zeon, she will be able to send forth bursts of power that were several times greater than usual. The Blizzard spiritual gem in her hands emitted a dazzling luster as she conjured a ferocious blizzard with her, and Neely standing in the eye of the storm, surrounded by raging winds. Although the blizzard was insufficient to repel those experts from the Wigui family, the bone-piercing chill still made their movement sluggish. This blizzard, in addition to Neely's gravity field, was able to weaken the Wigui family experts by at least 20%. Bang, bang, bang! 3 of the Wigui's family experts charged into the center of the blizzard and fiercely clashed with Neely. Neely brandished his katana and engaged them, blocking their strikes. An intense fight broke out. Even though Neely was surrounded and attacked from all sides, he was still very calm. With his vast battle experience, he could easily predict the movements of his opponents and optimally time his attacks. Therefore, he could face his opponents skillfully and easily. Meanwhile, the Wigui experts became more and more unnerved as the fight dragged on. Every time they attacked, Neely would easily seal their movements. It's as if Neely could thoroughly predict their attacks, as every move was optimized to perfection. He sealed their attacks and didn't take the initiative to counterattack. He was preventing anyone from getting close to Yin-Yang. This allowed her, who was behind him, to freely rain clouds of icicles from the sky. Originally, such an attack would consume a lot of soul force, quickly exhausting the user. However, with the spiritual blizzard gem, Yin-Yang's soul force was seemingly infinite. Beneath a storm of icicles, blood splattered in every direction. Although only 2 black gold ranks were killed, the survivors were suffering severe injuries. You're courting death. You think you can hold us back like this? 2 legend rank experts of the Wigui family shared a glance and descended from the sky. Swinging the huge swords in their hands down was a killing intent. Causing sky slash. The image of thousands of swords materialized, each after image filled with a wild sort of energy. So this is the power of the legend rank. The 2 legend rank experts of the Wigui family finally couldn't take it anymore and have to take action. Neely was waiting for this exact moment. The moment Causing Sky Slash took form, Neely moved. With a wave of his right hand, he brought out the legend rank Forbidden Technique inscription scroll and unsealed it. A golden shield appeared and enshrouded Neely and Yin-Yang. Boom, boom, boom! Several swords from the Gauzy Sky Slash concentrated themselves to one point of the golden shield, each ending in explosions. Among all the shields in the world, the golden shield held the best defensive ability. Furthermore, the special effect of the golden shield allowed the person inside to freely counterattack without being restricted by it. As Neely unleashed the golden shield, he simultaneously widened his mouth and sucked in a big, deep breath of air. His abdomen shrank as his chest rapidly expanded. Near his mouth, a black sphere and a white sphere were taking shape, growing larger and larger in size. Yin-Yang Blast 4, Yin-Yang Blast 6, Yin-Yang Blast times 10. Each ball of light swelled to a size 10 times larger than a normal Yin-Yang Blast. It was a terrifying quantity of lore, as he had emptied his soul force to create this. The darkness and light revolved around one another as the 2 balls exited the golden shield and flew towards the Wigui family's 2 experts. The 2 legend ranks experts were floating high in the sky. The attacks from the Gauzy Sky Slash were so intense that the ground had become a mess. Blasts of energy were ricocheting everywhere. The corners of their mouths leaked cold smiles as they thought the Gauzy Sky Slash was more than enough to ensure the deaths of Neely and Yin-Yang. However, a golden colored shield was formed, blocking the Gauzy Sky Slash. When the blaze landed on the golden shield, they were repelled. What's going on? It's a golden shield. How's that possible? That's a shield that can only be used by legend rank experts who have cultivated the gold attribute. They never imagined that Neely would be able to use this golden shield to block their attacks. Before they could react, revolving black and white projectiles were hurled in their direction. As the Yin-Yang Blast flew past towards them, the 2 legend rank experts' first reactions were to summon their shields. Instantly, 2 black shields were formed around their bodies. The shield is a secret technique of the Wigui family, their sacred Gauzy shield, and is capable of blocking head-on attack from a legend rank expert. They believed that their shields were enough to block Neely's Yin-Yang Blast, so they only raised their swords to prepare a round of counterattacks. As he watched the Wigui family's 2 experts, Neely smiled. Their ability to perceive energy was simply too poor. Obviously not on the same level as him. Though they were legend rank experts, the usage of energy level, they are still too far inferior in his eyes. A Yin-Yang Blast times 10 isn't something that could be dealt with so easily. As it traveled, the black and white ball flowed to one entity, then exploded on contact. Each half of the Yin-Yang blast only contained an energy that was 10 times the usual. However, the power produced from their combined form was more than 100 times that of the original. Neely's Yin-Yang blast was a special technique that had been formed from gathering powers of law. The terrifying explosion instantly swallowed the two Legion rank experts. In the instant of contact, their shields were already shattered. The raging energy instantly devoured them. Upon the Yin-Yang's blast impact, the two of them only had expressions of disbelief. How could those black and white balls of light hold such formidable power? Even the sacred gauzing shield didn't even stand a chance. They had greatly underestimated the power of Yin-Yang blast, and now they are paying a painful price. It was already too late for them to dodge. The explosion sent them flying several hundred meters away, their bodies charred black. The explosion from the Yin-Yang blast produced a large crater hundreds of meters in circumference. The shockwave felt across the entire region. The rest of the Wigui family experts had also been affected by the explosion, and fresh blood gushed from their mouths due to their heavy injuries. Even the golden shield couldn't withstand the power of the Yin-Yang blast and finally collapsed. However, Neely and Yizio, who was inside the shield, were still safe. Even the grass under their feet was still good and well. Job well done. Neely brushed his hands off as he withdrew Fang Panda, turning back into his human form.